they're old, but thanks for noticing. Bob's are once in a lifetime.
I love that.
This video and all content is made possible by our Patreon subscribers. For $3 a month, you can help keep the lights on here at From North to Wharf. Thank you for your ongoing support. And if you would like your own From North to Wharf merchandise, head to fromnorthtowharf.threadless.com. Still trying to figure out this intro thing here.
Still
Wait for it. Wait for it.
You wait for it.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your unofficial. Oh no, that whole thing was fucking there. Jesus Christ. Okay. Hey, everyone, we're still trying to figure out the intro thing here. It's stupid because of a 20-second delay.
Yeah, we're not sure why there's a massive delay, but we're trying. We're really trying to figure this out.
Maybe we'll ditch Restream and we'll just use YouTube straight. But hey, everyone, welcome to a brand new episode of From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your unofficial but verified one-stop destination for bento box and entertainment information. As always, I am our co-host, Mike.
And I'm JB. Hey, everybody, how's it going?
Hey, everybody. It has been a day. Not a lot. Well, there's some news to discuss. We have 2 new episodes, and we'll just kind of see where the night takes us. Let's see. Christine says, I'll catch you on the replay. All right, bet. Hey, Yahoo. Hey, Marlena. Toasty, how you doing? Cool. Finish words. I don't know about you, but I am exhausted and I am sore. But I am here, and we are going to talk cartoons.
Yes, we are. So, we got lots actually to talk about when it comes to cartoons. I mean, where do we want to begin today with news?
I mean, as far as the news goes, the biggest thing for Bob's is we have the 2025 Pride line from Toddland is out now. Just released 2 days ago over on Toddland.com. In fact, we will go through the Pride line right now. I got it pulled up here, so we'll go ahead and share screen and we'll look at all the stuff. There are some shirts, totes, stickers, pins. Shipping apparently overseas is very expensive. I think I was reading the comments on Todd's post or Toddland's post saying that like shipping to the UK was like $31.
Wow.
Hey,
Wow.
you don't like it? Vote. But this is what you're dealing with now, people. This
The
is
sad part is the people that are ordering it in the UK probably didn't vote for that.
nope. But they're dealing with it.
They are,
But I could go on and
unfortunately.
on about that, but that's not why we're here. It's just Mike showing his age. He has to have his nursing home TV static. We're trying to fucking figure that nonsense out, Cello. It's but no, I am tired and sore, but that's nothing from nothing. Yes, the Toddland Pride line is out now. Right now, he's estimating 1 week plus or minus on the shipping. It looks like stuff may be ready now. So hopefully folks can get it sooner rather than later, not in like September or something. But let's go over the release now and see what everyone thinks of this year's Pride releases.
Simon did a great job on this.
Yeah, so let's expand that. This is the key artwork for this year, of course, done by Simon Chong. Yeah, the entire family to include Mr. Ambrose, Teddy, Marshmallow, Nat, Dalton. Name escapes me. Miss Triple Xmas. All right there. Of course, the family is decked out in their pride flags. Bob has his pride bandana. Everyone this year is wearing the standard pride
outfits.
flag,
Yeah.
pride paraphernalia, except for Marshmallow, who has the trans top on. Last year was was last year the surfing one, or was that the year before? Okay, so last year we had the surfers, and that everyone was kind of doing their own little thing within the melting pot of pride. But here we're all just wearing the standard bearing pride flag. Of course, per usual, the shirt will come in every color of the pride flag. So you see them all right here. I do not know what all the colors mean, but I'm certain somebody does. This year's burger of the day, the Abracadabra. Oh, geez, Pete's Abracadabra burger. Abracadabra burger. Jesus Christ. Served with fierce buns and a little Munster.
It's nice.
It is nice. I dig it. I remember when we heard this a while back. Like, oh, that's really good. And I can say I came up with that little tagline right there. At least a little Munster part.
Yeah, that's perfect though.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
You didn't get your Gaga tickets, but
yeah, apparently nobody did. And then this one we were all kicking around for a while. The Pink Bologna Club burger. I was so certain that they weren't going to use this.
He was also very certain that this was not going to get allowed.
Yeah, just because obviously pink bologna could be interpreted as a metaphor for anything. But served with fried bologna slices and served hot to go. Of course, a play on the Chapel Roan song, Hot to Go, and Pink Pony Club. Let's see. Then we have the individual characters. We have Bob and Linda here. Can I? Yeah, I can zoom in. Bet. So we have Bob and Linda here striking their poses, of course. The kids here.
Apron. It's so nice.
Let's see. And then we have the children here. Tina dabbing, it appears. Luis is voguing, and Jean is, I assume, doing a heart or something. I have no idea.
Maybe that's what he's up to.
And then... So all these other shirts come in every color of the Progress Pride flag, the children's one. Same with the Bob and Linda one. Okay, so I guess the general Pride flag is known as the Progress Pride flag. Okay, fair enough. But the Marshmallow one only comes in the transgendered colors. So you have the light blue, the white, and the pink. So there you go. Because, of course, Marshmallow being transgender, that makes sense. And then, let's see, this tote is new for this year.
Yep.
This tote is new, the Pride Coochie Copy. I'm surprised this wasn't a shirt.
I'm actually surprised it's not a shirt, and I'm also surprised it is not a figure you can get.
Yeah, because they had the Pride Tina.
The pin looks good, though.
Pin looks good. It's currently listed as sold out.
But I'd look back.
Yeah, that could just be a glitch in the system right now. But yeah, keep checking back. Obviously, the pin's going for $15. I'm surprised this was never a pin. The Heart Burger.
It was a design on totes for the longest time. I have the tote. I think it's over there.
It's the crest on every Burger of the Day shirt, as you can see here and here. But it's never been a pin.
Nope.
Let's see. We have the kids, the 3-pack of pins, which is $30. Marshmallow being $15. So the pins start off at $15. Bob and Linda, a 2-piece pin set here is $25. The kids $30. I can't tell if
if you've ever ordered a Toddland pin set of like 2 or 3, you know that they're going to be decent sized already.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you're going to get your money's worth. It's never going to be like $30 and you get this tiny little pin like this big. It's going to be right. It's going to be like each kid is going to be like a thumb drive.
I'm trying to remember if these were the standard prices for pins or if anything's been affected this year.
I think they went up $2. They
Okay.
wait, or maybe 3. They used to be, I think, some were 12, I think, at one point. But
Obviously,
that
yeah,
might be the metal
yeah. I mean, it could be.
tax / passing it on.
Mm,
So, and shipping,
um,
I would assume shipping probably
mhm.
from where the pins are made.
Obviously, you have both of this year's burgers of the day. You have last year's burger of the day, which was written by Adam.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all the stickers, of course. Pride sticker, Pride Kuchikopi sticker, Burgers of the Day stickers,
Cheers.
Adam's Burger of the Day.
Mm.
Hey, mine are still up there. That's cool. Um, so all the previous Pride stickers are up.
Yeah.
Todd was saying that they
Oh,
did.
that was last year's. I'm sorry. The Surfers was the year before. You were right, Mike.
Word.
It's
Okay, so
this
this
one where they
was
made the burger truck. It's like almost
parade.
like a baby you can chive my car burger, and they all get on top. It's super
Mm,
nice.
yeah.
It's like a parade float.
So that was so he was saying that he restocked a lot of the old Pride stuff. So that's good to see. I know a lot of folks were bummed. One person on our Facebook page wasn't even aware that they were doing this every year. Um,
There's the
don't know
one-eyed
where they've
snakes. I'm
been.
glad those are there again, and the
Yep, and then
beavers.
the Easy Beavers. I do wonder if he's restocked any of the basic Bob stuff. Let's see. Bob's
One-eyed snake shirt.
One-eyed
I wonder-
steak shirt. Haven't seen that in a minute.
No, I wonder if that just got dropped. There's
Hey, look
a.
at that one.
It's sold out. Wow,
Yeah, of course it's sold out.
nice.
Wheelie Mammoth. Yeah, a
I
lot of
do
this stuff got
that wheelie.
re-uploaded.
The
Hmm.
amount. Okay, so for reference, you guys, me, Mike, and Adam, when we worked at Comic Con, Todd came out with this shirt that was purple, and it was the
Hmm.
staff shirt. And to know it was a staff shirt, you'd look on the sleeve, and there would be the chicken and the nest.
Hmm.
And the amount of comments that we got, and I still get wearing this shirt in Columbus. And be like, "Where do you get it? Where do you get it? Where can I get one?" It's like Todd Landau sells it. I used to be like, "You can't have one; they don't make them."
Mm.
But it was by popular demand. People were writing, and I believe in the comments section of their orders, they
Yeah.
wanted a Wheelie Mammoth shirt. So
Now
he
this one
was,
doesn't have the chicken on the sleeve, and it's not
nah, it's
the
not purple.
purple.
It's a nice
But
purple too. It's a good shade.
yeah. And honestly, the fact that this is a double-sided tee and it's still only $28 is pretty damn
Pretty, yeah, it's pretty great.
surprising.
I put him on. Yeah, I put him on a tote.
Tote. And even the tote's more expensive than a regular tote by $2.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of sales going on the old totes here.
Yeah. The blue
Uh,
today is tomorrow's yesterday. Wheelie.
Wheelie is back up for pre-orders along with King Trashmouth. The years
The
are
ears are still
gone.
sold out. I wonder if he'll restock those. Those are usually always a hot seller. Usually.
Hmm.
Kid
A lot of
robots are
sales
back.
on the Kid Robot stuff
Oh,
and
there's some
some of
old
the older
pins are
pins.
back.
Let's see. Yeah. So there you go, folks. If you're looking for any Bob's Burgers merchandise, any
Yeah,
official
if you
Bob's
see,
Burgers
a lot of them are
merchandise.
12, the old ones.
Hmm.
So I do
Hmm.
think the prices and things like that have gone up due to what you would expect them to go up for.
Yeah. I
And
got to
that's
get this Rudy
probably,
Gold pin.
sadly, guys, I do think it's just to cover the cost of what it's probably increased for Todd to make too.
I'm certain we can get him on here and we can chat all about that.
Oh, I'm sure he would love to talk about
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, that's all the. I mean, there's obviously more Bob stuff, but we're not going to go over everything here. But let's go through the chats real quick and make sure we didn't miss anything. Wait, I didn't know Ambrose's Pride. Yeah, Mr. Ambrose is.
That was, I think they hint at it when he's doing the play with Jean, where he's just like, he's with her and he's trying to get with me, and everybody's trying to get some of this.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's pretty open.
Yeah, at the very least, I think he's bi.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I mean, and it's voiced by Eichner, so
Yeah.
Billy's.
No pickles. There was the pickles shirt from a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I wonder if I doubt. No, that wouldn't be up still.
The pickle shirt. Yeah, I don't
That's
know if
such an
that
old
made it.
shirt.
Yeah, that's like
Uh,
what 3-4 years old now.
I think it was like our first Comic Con. Yeah. Um, yeah. No pickles.
Yeah, that's an oldie.
Yeah, that's a retired
Not
shirt.
that I
But
don't think that someday you might see the Pride crew in front of Pickles. I think that might happen at some point, maybe.
let's see. Questions: are there kid robot figures of all the characters, not just the three? Because I have one of Linda. You mean of the tiny little keychain looking figures?
Yeah, because the ones that you guys are like the ones that Todd has are ones that come in boxes like this size. I have the Coochie Kopi, but they come in boxes like this.
He also has the blind boxes though. Let's see. Yeah, he has these blind box figures that are always popular.
Yeah, and
But
I
yeah,
love when people approach us and they're like, "So can I get a Coochie Kopi?" And we're like,
yeah.
"So no, they're blind. You pick the box. I don't want to pick it. You tell me which one you're getting, and what you get, you get." Because I feel bad if they're like, "No, you pick," and it's like, I don't want to do that to
Oh
myself.
no, I refuse. And
Mm-hmm.
anytime anybody asks me, is like, "Hey, can I have one?" I was like, "Yeah, if you pull it out of the box."
Mm-hmm. Because I know people have even approached us when like it's in that Todd has them all displayed, so you know which ones you could get, and they're like, "Could I just buy one like straight from it?" And it's like, no, then the display's
No.
not right.
Mm-mm. Let's see. Star bases. Any aprons? No aprons. There are Bob's aprons out there, but Todd Land does not do aprons.
No,
Uh,
I'm sure there has to do with like it being flame retardant and certain materials. Like if Todd's gonna make an apron, it's gonna be one that you actually could use.
mm. Yeah. The blind boxes. There are 14 figures in the regular series, and then
Trying to think how many
the
there are in that. There's a Halloween set. There's a second set. Adam's missing roller skate guy, but he's like very, very rare from the
three,
one set.
four, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. There are 16 figures in the Halloween set. So there you go. That's one set I refuse to try to collect. Just because I've gotten late to the party on that one, so
It's
and like I said,
pointless to collect those. It's
I
just
got to
too
be a little more
hard.
discerning, so I tend to buy the more expensive items.
Yeah.
What else? But that's really it as far as news goes. That kind of pertains to Bob's and Bento and what we kind of talk about here.
Yeah, because I mean, the other news, I mean, out there animation wise, some shows will be coming back, but it's when will they be coming back? Because as we've kind of explained, animation takes like 9 months to make an episode. So to make a show or a series, it takes a while.
Um, what else? Yeah, I mean, we're about halfway done with the seasons now. I think the Great North has about 8 more episodes to go. Bob's right around the same.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe about 6 more, 7 more. And
I
then we
think
hit
it
a
just
little
depends
break.
how they line up.
Yeah, then we hit a little break, and then we're off to the races in September, I would assume. We'll learn more at Comic Con, of course.
That would
But
make the most sense. I
yeah.
mean, usually there's that break during Comic Con because a lot of people are out there. So we get like that 2 week gap, and then they jump right back in, and then there's a break in August, and then they're back in September.
Let me be honest, I've never noticed whether or not there's been a break in episodes during Comic Con because we're so busy with everything. Like I don't even think about if an episode is playing.
Yeah, I don't even because usually we're there on Sundays,
Yep.
and I don't even remember there being new episodes because usually they would say something if there was. I do wonder if they do a rerun.
Well, now it's Thursday, so I mean we can look up Futon Critic and those. How do you ensure you don't buy multiples of the same figure? You don't. It is clear. It's
It's blind.
entirely up to chance unless you want to buy them off eBay or Macari or
Yeah,
something
it's
like
kind of
that.
like
Where
these.
yeah,
You don't know
it's
which one you're
mm-mm.
gonna get. You just
um,
hope you get the set.
mm-hmm.
That's
And
part
a
of the
lot
value,
of
the
not a
draw.
lot, but some of the figures go for really high prices, like Roller Skate Guy, the Coochie Kopi. They go for close to triple digits, if not triple digits. So you could buy a box and try your luck and get them all, or you can buy a box and get 15, 16 of Bob. But that's blind boxes. That's the gamble you take. And for what it's worth, you buy them. You can find people online and trade. Like we on our Discord, we have a little
Mm-hmm.
trade page that nobody ever uses, but it's always there for folks who want to um, trade extra stuff that
Yeah, I
they
mean,
have or whatever.
there's a pretty healthy group out there like that. Definitely tries to swap pins and things like that, especially older pins.
Hmm. And you can always do the Facebook group that Adam moderates. Um,
Hmm.
I don't spend too much time on there, but
No, but he will definitely approve if you're like in search of and you
uh,
post like a picture of what you're looking for.
hmm
You might get lucky. Sometimes
yeah.
people are like, I got 2 or 3 of those, and it's like, oh, would you part ways with like one of the X-ray bobs? And they're like,
Hmm.
sure. And it's usually significantly cheaper than an eBay one.
Now I will say this: if you purchase anything through
Yeah,
Facebook,
you
that's
gotta say it. That's on you.
that
Yeah,
is on you.
it
Don't come
sucks,
crying
but
if you
yeah,
got screwed out of a payment or shipping or anything like that.
this
This is
Facebook is
essentially
kind of a
a
wild
back
west.
alley transaction between you and this stranger. So don't
I
take any
mean, we would
responsibility.
hope that Bob's people are cool. We've had people that are like, hey, I'm not going to go to Comic Con. Would you get me a shirt? Or I'm not allowed to go in because I didn't buy a ticket, but I want to get a shirt. Would somebody buy me a shirt and bring it out? And like,
Hmm.
there is people, and Todd has said that like, no, this person's known for it. They're on Facebook and they're trustworthy. They will buy you the shirts if you send them the money on Venmo or Cash App, and when they leave for con that day, they'll meet you outside and give them to you.
Yeah, and normally we would do that, but we're so busy that we just don't have time to grab a shirt and run out to somebody. Um, so when we're there, we're actually
Yeah.
working. So you just
Because
don't have
plus
time.
getting out to somebody is rough. The traffic's rough. You got to get through the guy yelling about we're all zealots and horrible people, and then you eventually get to the loop by the hotel, and that's your best bet of maybe
Mhm.
grabbing somebody.
But I think this year there won't be pickups.
No.
It'll strictly be just buying off the floor. All orders done online will be shipped.
Hmm.
I believe we'll get confirmation
That
from Toddland, but
yeah, he was talking about this last year. It was really hard because we had the fire marshals on us
mhm.
all day long,
Well, it's
and they
because you
were
guys
just
have
like, you
so
can't
much
have.
stuff in the back, and
Yeah, they're like, you can't have these separate lines. They gotta have one line. They can't have one go
mhm.
this way because then it confuses the Hulu people. And like, then we had booths on the side of us that we're trying to be super cool with and not be mean to and like be
Oh, but
conscientious
they're
of
gone
them
this
doing
year,
business.
baby.
Well, the one is,
Them
yeah, we've taken it, but the ones on
taking
the
it.
side I felt bad for, the art ones, because they're just like trying to keep their stuff on their easels and stuff, and people are knocking it over on accident with their bags and totes, and so we
I,
tried to be cool and separate and do the things, but eventually Todd was just like the pickup line is what's crushing us.
hmm. That and I mean there were problems with other people who were a little pushy and a little mean about things, but not this year. We are gonna lock it down and we are gonna unfuck it.
Mhm. And
It's gonna be
remember,
fun.
guys, a con exclusive doesn't always last the entire con. It can be
Mm-mm.
sold out. So if you wait till Sunday to try to get the exclusive matte graining and gold bender pin, and it's been on sale for 3 or 4 days at that point, and you have missed it, it's probably not going to be there.
Yeah, I will say if for those of you coming in person, he'll come back. For those of you coming in person, how Todd then likes to do is if there's a super exclusive pin like the Magraining Bender set, they set aside a handful for the day. So like 50 a day, 100 a day, whatever the case may be. And then when they sell out for the day, they sell out for the day.
And usually
Um,
he only does one per order because he
yes.
wants everybody to have a chance.
Hmm.
None of these, I'll
Um,
take 30. He's like, no, you won't. You'll take one.
no. So if you're on the fence about something, and he'll release everything, I believe, online. He'll also show them well enough in advance. So if you're looking to get something and you don't want to pay stupid flipper prices, then definitely get your orders in. Oh no, all the stuff will always be put on eBay. If you want to spend triple the price, absolutely go right ahead. If you want to spend $100 on a pin that was $20 at Comic-Con, by
I
all
can
means.
show you an example.
There you
I
go.
think he's right. Yep, they're both right here. Here they are. Goldbender and Matt in the jar. These were the exclusives last year. I made sure I grabbed them Thursday when the con opened because I was like, they won't be there. We had somebody who was very, very, very upset on Sunday night near close that these were not there anymore. And he started screaming at me and Adam about it, that it wasn't fair. We're not in charge of that. And also then people were going outside and flipping these for $125 for the set.
Right
These
now,
cost $25.
there's a set on eBay right now for $86. The Bender is $70. So there you go. Yeah, if you want to pay flipper prices, then wait. But we're telling you right now, as folks who are on the inside of this, we're telling you right now, do not sleep on the exclusives.
Don't.
Just
There's a reason. There's reasons that Todd wins exclusives every year. Best exclusive at con.
Yeah, it's because people want them, and then he does his best to prevent flippers, but there's always going to be people out there. So it is what
he
it is.
really tries his hardest to stop them.
Yeah, but he can't stop everybody. So that's Toddland Comic-Con news. That is coming up very fast. We're about a month and 2 weeks away.
Yep.
You already get your plane ticket?
I did, so we're good to go on that.
Good. Adam get his?
I don't know. I'm gonna ask but no, I have it locked. It's in the cart. I'm just gonna go ahead and.
So you don't have it? Oh my God, Jamie!
Oh no, it's good. It's
Everybody
mostly just
knows
making sure the return flight is fine.
Everybody knows until it's purchased, it's never good.
But we'll see. I mean, every airline sucks, so it doesn't matter.
No, I think it's just your airport. I'm telling you, man, my ticket was about $270.
It's like 4 for me and Adam.
Yeah.
Always.
Columbus is not it. How far is Cleveland from you?
It's 90 minutes, but it ain't it either. I flew out of there the first time we went.
And how much I ran you?
It was like $390.
But like, how late did you wait to buy your ticket, though?
That one I bought in March.
Okay.
When Google was like, this is the lowest it's been all year. And I was like, all right, I will jump on it. It's just, we don't have a hub. You've got Orlando, and
yeah. But I have to drive
hub.
3 hours.
I know, that's the part that sucks.
Yeah.
You get a hotel and all that. And have your car sit as well and all that.
Yeah, luckily I'm staying at a friend's house and I'll be able to park my car there, so I'll save that money.
That's good.
So I don't have to get a hotel either. But I mean, fuck, I'd rather not be on the road for 3 hours.
No, I get that.
But $200 for a plane ticket ain't bad. Last year I spent $700. So what are you gonna do? But yeah, Comic-Con's coming up. JB next weekend is putting all of our stuff together, or at least getting the pieces cut.
Yep.
I think we can tell what we're doing, right? I think we're...
Yeah, we can say it at this point. They're not going to see them yet, but you can have an idea what they are.
Yeah, we're... Well, you tell them. You're the one doing them, so...
So what we're going to be doing is making some woodchucks. We're going to make woodchucks for the people, and we're going to put googly eyes on them. They're going to be pins, so you can stick them on your jackets or your outfits or your totes. And then we'll put on the backlight from North of Wharf, and that's going to be the exclusive. And if we're lucky, I'll get to draw some that have the casts. Like, I'll draw like pictures of the characters for the cast to have if they pop by the booth. But that will be our giveaway this year. Will be woodchucks
for the fan meetup. So anybody in San Diego, anybody at Comic-Con, come find us. Well, actually, no, they'll be at the meetup specifically. So nope, he'll come back. And when he comes back, we are going to discuss new episodes.
Back.
There you go. So we have new episodes of The Great North and of Bob's Burgers. Grimsburg's in there as well, but I'm not gonna lie, I did not watch it.
I didn't either.
Yeah. So let's discuss The Great North, shall we?
Let's do it.
All
So
right.
this week's episode is season 5, episode 14, Reservoir Dad Adventure.
Mm-hmm.
And this one synopsis is Beef discovers the thrills of stunt fishing, and Antert holds a contest to replace him as ship captain.
Mm-hmm. I loved this episode.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was very funny.
It's like
I've always been a
pleasure,
little
honestly.
indifferent to Chief Edna.
Mm-hmm.
But in this episode, her and her sister, I fucking love them so much. They were fantastic.
I have a feeling about this, and maybe Sam also thought this as well, but when they are together, I
Mm-hmm.
really do feel like we are just listening to Lizzie and them and Wendy just going back and forth.
Yeah, it feels
And
like
literally it's
that's
just like this is their relationship. It's like,
yeah,
who'd love this? Mom,
yeah.
yeah. It's just like we should call her.
I kind of wish that they voiced the characters. Um,
Because I
but
do feel like they are the inspiration for those characters.
Oh, 100%. It definitely feels they feel like sisters. That duo
Mm-hmm.
right there. Obviously, they're sisters in the characters, but they feel like just two sisters talking to each other. I was a little hesitant to get with the idea of Beef being, for lack of a better term, Captain Ron. If you remember that
I love
movie.
Captain Ron, so no, you
Yeah.
can talk about that as much as you want.
I couldn't get around that initially, just because it's such a departure from who Beef is. I get that he's trying to find his love again for fishing, and he's trying to get his groove back, if you will. I believe that was a term that Honeybee used. But it was so hard to wrap my brain around him being that Captain Ron-esque figure. But I loved the ladies, the duo.
Mm-hmm.
Name escapes me at the moment.
They played him so well.
I don't. I assume the voices were of the same lady who does like That's Hip Hop, and a bunch of other ones because the voices sound so familiar. But I thought that those characters were hilarious. Just the way they talked. They called him muchacho, which was funny. They were essentially Daytona Beach trash.
That's a great way to put it.
The one part that really like puckered my butthole a little was when they were doing the triple kiss, but you could see the tongues, and I was like,
Oh, that was so awkward.
I don't
That
need
was
that.
so awkward.
But it was also a nice attention to detail that they put in there.
Also, though, the amount that Beef talked about it.
That was
I was
funny.
just like, okay, we're good on that. And like, I love that Chief Edna and her sister were like, we've heard plenty.
We've heard
We're
plenty about the
good.
triple kiss.
We
We
are
get
good.
it. It's like when a guy gets laid for the first time, and that's all they can talk about.
The triple kiss. Oh my
The
God.
triple kiss. Oh, Ross dressed for less. Like, oh, look at you. Captain Ron is one of Toast's favorite movies. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I know the movie. I've never seen the movie, so I don't know if my comparison was correct or not. So
It's pretty accurate. And
Okay.
their names are Lemons with 2 M's and
Yes.
Limes.
Yeah, okay, of course. But I love them so much. Just the way I was like, I don't. It's one of those like carefree voices, but like that they live in a place like they would be at home in like Trailer Park Boys, if any of you know that show, or they would be the skids in Letterkenny, if you will. Nope, he's gonna learn. He's gonna learn, everybody. He's gonna learn to stay on the show if he wants to be a part of it. The subplot with the competition who replaced Beef was okay. I thought the B plot was fine.
I enjoyed Antert bringing chaos to choosing the captain, and it had a good lesson. She's literally just like, you have no idea how much your dad does for you every day. And
Is
it's like
it-
it took you 3 days to do what he does in a morning.
Is it me, or does it seem like Ham's been pushed more to the background and as like a one-note character these last couple
He's
episodes?
felt a little Gene season 13.
Yeah, I don't like it. Um,
No, like the joke. I mean, the joke is funny, but like at the same time, I mean, I
yeah.
know he got a lot of airtime with the first couple episodes this season with like
Hmm.
Crispin and all these different episodes with him, but like Ham is a strong character.
Yeah, it seemed like, because obviously it was a family plot for the B plot, so he had to be involved. But they couldn't figure out anything to do with him, so they kind of just gave him some throwaway lines. He wasn't Gene level where he was like interrupting everything and being annoying about it. He spoke when he needed to,
It
but
was
he
almost like he was
offered
just
nothing.
aloof. Like he
Yeah,
was just
yeah,
like,
and that's
look
not
at
really
me
him.
twirl, and it's like, yeah, that's cool, but like I feel like Ham would usually have more to say than just that, especially
Yeah,
about the topic.
it seems a little airheady this episode, and
Mm-hmm.
that just ain't the hand that I know and love.
No,
Um,
Ham usually he doubles down on what he thinks is correct, like even if it's wrong. Like I
mm,
loved in certain episodes where like the murder mystery,
hmm.
where like Crispin is just like, "Honey, it's okay if you don't get it." He's like, "I do not." It's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like, but like he owns it, and it's so funny. This was like he almost seemed ditzy.
yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, she's definitely gonna choose dad, and he was like, oh, that's right. I was like, this isn't you, man.
Mm-hmm.
So
No.
hopefully they course correct. I mean, obviously it's too late now. All the episodes are done. So I'm curious to see how he progresses through the season. But the last two episodes, I have not liked what they've done with our sweet Ham.
No. Ham
Uh,
deserves a little bit better than that. Plus,
yeah.
it's Pride Month. I'd like to see more ham.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously they can't determine when episodes get aired.
We've
Um,
discussed that. Especially since
yeah.
the Belchers, we'll get into them in a minute, are doing their taxes.
Yeah, and it's
They missed the
freaking
date.
June. Yeah, they're going to jail.
Yeah.
Let's
They're
see.
not getting a
Yeah,
refund. Not that they probably will, but
God no, they're probably gonna owe money. Yeah, definitely feels like he's been sidelined and kind of made the butt of the jokes. Yeah, I'm not really sure why they needed to do that to him. Like he's a baker and cook and creative artist. Like he's been very sidelined these last episodes. Yeah, I agree. And it's weird. It's either Ham's getting sidelined or Judy's getting sidelined. Um,
makes you
it
wonder, are the actors as like Jenny Slate and Paul Rust just a little busy?
could be. It could just be a scheduling conflict. But who knows? I mean, again, we always like when they don't try to shoehorn in a character just for the sake of having them in there. So I'm not mad
No, we
if we
just end up
don't.
missing, that's all. We just
Yeah.
miss.
Just curious as to why, if he's not going to play a pivotal role, why does he have to play the stupid role?
Yeah, no, I get that.
Um, no, again, Yahoo, they can't determine when an episode gets aired. So you can have a Pride episode that comes out in January. But yeah, I don't know. I like the episode all in all.
I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. At first, I was very cautious. I was like, I don't know how I feel about this beef not liking fishing. That's his whole bit.
mm-hmm,
And then him having like, I almost wish they had roped it into having a crisis. Like maybe he like tried to rebound with Allison, and she was like, no. And he
mm-hmm.
was like, oh. And just like everything just started wearing him down, and he's just like, I need something exciting.
Oh, and there was one thing I wanted to bring up, and nobody but me and Marlena will get this. The opening of the episode of The Great North, not the opening intro song, but like the opening of the episode has stolen. I will use that word stolen, and Marlena, you will back me up on this if you check it out. It is a direct ripoff of the music video for Wings of a Butterfly by the band Him. It is a direct ripoff. Um, I wish I had it all pulled up to where I can share. Now. Wait, maybe I can. Hold on. Maybe I can.
Maybe.
Maybe we won't get the black screen of death if I do Hulu here. Let's see.
You're gonna get it.
But Marlena, if you're in chat, you can confirm that that opening scene was directly ripped off of the music video for Him, Wings of a Butterfly. Not the whole fish part, but like literally the pulling up to the building. Let's see. Will this play? Will this play? Let's see.
Lover, Marcus, my dad told us all that she got eaten by a bear in
Oh,
the
yeah.
Value Buy parking lot. But she's
It
alive, and we all
works.
know that.
Wow.
And ever since then, he just wants the whole family
Oh
to
my
live
God,
together
okay.
all the time.
Wow, you
Um,
can do
Break his
this
heart if I can.
We will use this for only for good.
for future purposes.
We use this only for good. But it's a direct ripoff of the him video for Wings of a Butterfly. Oh, see? Marlena. Oh, I noticed. Yeah. You're
I was
on.
wondering what that was from, actually. Because I
They
was like, this
stole
seems very familiar. But
They stole it. They stole it. In fact, you know what? Because I feel this is an injustice, I'm
you're
going to show it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
go
show.
ahead. Because I was wondering, and I was about to ask you if it was something.
I'm gonna put the Great North on blast here.
Because I couldn't tell if it was something from like a movie or a show or what it was from. But I was like, I know I've seen this before.
For the record, I don't know if it was stolen, but it is too. It's too similar. There we go.
He's doubling down.
I'm doubling down though. That guy in the movie was me with the tattoos, and this is stolen directly from him. I'm just gonna let the intro.
Here we live.
Once we get past this here. Okay. Now, watch this very first part. Everybody watch. Pay attention. All right, we saw that. We saw that. Everybody see that? Everybody saw that?
So I thought this was a reference to Severance, but
No, fuck that. No.
it
No.
probably is. But
That
that's
is-
fine.
That is ridiculous that you would even think that.
I think it is. But that's fine.
Him. You're a fool, JB. You're a
I think
goddamn
the
fool.
whole thing with the boss and all that is just Severance, and him just going back every day without knowing what he's doing or why. he's doing
JB,
it.
you're a fool, and I will not let you.
We know that a lot of the writers love Severance.
All right, Marlena, we might be out of pocket on this one. Now I'm
No.
watching the video now. We might be out of pocket on this one, but I'm not gonna show it, so I don't have to prove myself. There you go.
Oh no,
let's
I want to
see.
see it.
YouTube.com. Let's see. Him Dark Light. Okay. I can't find the specific video because they had like so let me nerd out for a second. Him, the band, they released an album called Dark Light. When they released it, they had a bunch of teaser videos, and one of them was the one I was looking for. But I can't seem to find that because it's about 20 years old. But I can show you the cover art so you can see that why I'm thinking what I'm thinking and why I know what I know and why Marlena is backing me up because she's cool.
'Cause she knows.
Because she knows because she's fucking cool, dude. Just show me the goddamn photo.
Show him the photo.
Oh my god, why can't I just pull up a photo of the album cover?
You're not allowed. You can show Hulu, but you can't show us this.
Yeah. I can show you copyrighted images, but I can't show you. Will this work? Okay.
Will this work?
Here we go. Here we go. Let me X that. Share screen. Blah, blah, blah. Bomb. That looks awful lot like the opening of the Great North.
It does. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Building,
but I still think inside that building
ocean.
it's just Severance.
Building, ocean. What's in the ocean? Fish. I rest my case.
I feel like I've watched a conspiracy video.
I rest my case. 9/11 was
What's
a
in the
lie.
ocean? Fish. I rest my case. This is all that I needed to prove.
Wait, oh yeah, other than it being a cool ass shot. Oh, Cello. No, it is a ripoff of the album Dark Light by him, which is an amazing album. You should check it out. Then I rest my case.
I think it's just Severance, but Mike has his thing. I mean, he's in the movie. You should trust Mike.
Yeah, JB doesn't know what he's talking about. Nobody watches Severance. But you know who watches The Great North? Our friend Sam. And he has opinions on a new entry into the Lone Moose Minute with Sam, with our friend Sam.
The Lone Moose Minute with Sam on From North to Wharf. Let's do this. Hello everyone, hope you're having a good evening so far, and yes, it's that time of the week once again where I give you my thoughts on the latest happenings up in Lone Moose. That being shown via last Thursday's episode, still trying to get my head around the fact that we've now got Animation Domination on a Thursday as opposed to a Sunday for the summer, that being in Reservoir Dad Adventure. Now, I remember seeing the script cover for this one quite a while ago and thinking, yeah, this is going to be a very good episode. And I'm glad I wasn't disappointed in the end because this episode did turn out to be pretty good. The A-plot I particularly loved because I really, and I'm sure some of you felt like this while watching it as well, resonated a lot with Beef because as someone who's done a lot of things in the past for a very long time and enjoyed them, at the same time, after doing them for a while, I start to lose my love and my spark for them. So I completely understand how Beef, a man who, as he even said in the episode, has fished his whole life, will eventually start to lose his enjoyment of fishing. And while it was a bit sad to see, because this is something we have known Beef to be very passionate about since the very beginning of the show, I was very happy to see him eventually rekindle his love for it. And speaking of love of fishing in a different way, I thought Lemons and Limes, along with their extreme fishing crew, were very enjoyable to watch. Although I did find them being responsible for the Whippleton aquarium heist a little bit predictable. I kept thinking to myself throughout the episode, they're either going to be involved in some little way or they're going to be fully responsible for it, and turns out to be the latter. So there we go. But easily my favourite part of the A-plot was the return of my favourite sister chief cop duo in Edna and Elba. I love these two so much, and they certainly didn't disappoint with some of their actions and dialogue in this episode. I just loved how excited they were, when they wanted to put the wire on Beef and take pictures for their mum, as well as the scenes on the boat, especially, when Edna turned to Elba and said, "Do you think we're bad at being cops?" No, they're awesome, and I love every time that they're together on screen, which I hope will be more in future episodes. Now, after a very good A-plot, the B-plot was where it just went okay for me. I liked, seeing the Tobin kids in the different costumes, you had Honeybee as Jean-Luc Picard, Wolf as Beef, because, of course, he dressed up as Beef when he has the opportunity, and Ham absolutely rocking that caftan instead of Miss Hearing Captain. But I felt like there could have been a bit more put into it, like Ant Dirt could have actually got them to test their fishing ability aboard the Mighty Beaver. Or maybe a bit of role play where one of them could have been the captain and the rest of the crew, and they could have seen how they would have done leadership and that sort of thing. Instead of, just going to say things like walk the plank and doing that huge 137-point pre-word checklist. But I guess those things that I mentioned weren't anywhere to be found in Leland McCarmichael's book, Leland on Leadership, which, by the way, did make for a very good end credits sequence. So overall, another good episode that was let down by a slightly weaker B-plot, but still worthy of my rating, which is a 7.5 out of 10. Thank you so much for watching another edition of the Lone Moose Minute. I hope you have enjoyed watching it. And I'll see you next week where I'll be covering MIB Men in Belt's Adventure, a Beef and Wool episode. I know I'm going to start sounding like a broken record, but I think we're in for a good one. I'll hand you back now to our wonderful hosts. Enjoy the rest of the From North to Wharf show, and I'll see you again next week. But until then, take care of yourselves, and goodbye for now.
Well, that was... Oh, what?
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. But he was very intense at the beginning.
That was very fun.
I enjoyed it.
He is
right. It was very predictable that they stole the fish.
It was. I called that. I kind of clocked it. But I do love that they wrote on the whiteboard, good job on the theft, or whatever they wrote.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just looking through the chat real quick. So I've been a him fan since 2002 and seen that building so much. Definitely is. Yeah, they stole it, and I'm going to let Wendy and Lizzie know. In fact, I may make a post about it tomorrow, and they will hear from our lawyers. Could be more than one reference. It could be, but it's definitely a him reference.
I was curious if
stand on business.
What Sam brought up too about the fish when they were like meeting the handler and they were going to buy the fish. I was hoping it'd be like either the super rich guy from Lone Moose or Craig Ptarmigan, who just wants to have a very spicy fish tank with lots of exotic fish.
That would have been a fun little callback.
Because it could have been fun if he's just sitting there and you just see like almost like an Inspector Gadget where he slams his hand and he's like beef. It's just like you knew it was him.
I love that he mentioned that Wolf was dressed up as Beef. I caught that and just shook my head. Yeah, it was fun. He does love his papa. But yeah, we've been chatting about the Great North long enough. What about Bob's Burgers?
Bob's Burgers, we had a brand new episode for episode 13 of this season. Snack Face, a reference to Scarface. Tina, Jean, and Louise strike it rich in the illegal snack business at school, but their addition of a new member to their cartel threatens to destroy it. It's Millie.
It's Millie. I loved the episode.
Oh, this is an incredible episode.
This is a great episode. It really, what's the word I'm looking for? It really showed Gene in a different light. No, get back. It really showed Gene in a different light. Like he looked like he knew what he was doing in the kitchen. Like he was experimenting, and he's like, "Hey, I'm mixing this all together." It's a side of Gene that I don't recall seeing much. It wasn't.
He did math.
Yeah. He wasn't so much just joking about it, but he was like, you could see him concentrating and like putting things together. He was asking his dad about ingredients, and so Gene really took to cooking, or at least making this concoction. And the kids in general, like they were smart enough to just like baste the chips and not just like dip them in and soak them.
So Louise's system was incredible to watch. The entire slide thing, Andy and Ollie, you never touch the product, you never touch the cash. And it's like we have a drop locker. Like this, it felt almost like Better Call Saul or like Breaking Bad. And it just was like, especially when Millie jumps into it and it's just like, we could push them out, we don't need them anymore. And it's just like, this feels very Walter White.
Yeah,
we can get rid of them. We don't need them anymore.
It's you don't get high on your own supply, the whole 9 yards, the whole classic drug lines and everything. But yeah, it really showed that like Gene has a knack for like making the product. Louise has a knack for running businesses. Tina loves pencils, I guess. So she really do much here.
I would have liked Tina to be more involved because like there is a side of Tina, especially when she wants something really bad, that she can get a little Linda-ish and really like amp it up. Like she could have been Millie and been the muscle.
She seemed more of like the silent investor type.
Well, that's like kind of it. She gave them all the money, the chips.
Yeah, so she wasn't boots on the ground kind of people. She was more pulling strings behind the scenes. So
she's like Gus.
Yeah. Millie, she was all right. She was Millie. She didn't really bring anything new to the episode.
I did love. Aaron drew the picture for fun, but that one pose of Millie that Bernard drew as well, where it's just like, and there's Millie. Yeah, no, that's how I picture her.
She did go an extra level of devious by going or like not setting Peter up because he was in on it, but like going that extra mile to like bring him down to the basement, strike a deal with him to like pretend that he's double crossed Gene and all that.
He even brought in she even brought in the other girl to basically just nod.
There's Aaron. Yeah, Tina's the bank. Yes,
bank.
That's what we figured. Speaking of, there is a continuity thing that we should touch on. In the background, there is the plaque of money.
Yeah.
And then eventually the $10 bill does disappear. We assume that was used as startup funding for the
chips,
the enterprise, which they made back, of course, all in ones like they work at a strip club. Let's see. I had a lot of callbacks to season 8, episode 2, where Louise had to involve Millie in the Pixie Princess episode.
It felt like that and a mix of the taking of Family Fun time.
It seems like Louise is starting to understand how to handle Millie. Like, let her in and give her enough to feel like she's doing something, but not enough to actually make any impact on anything.
And I think the ancient misbehaving episode with the Roman coins taught her a lot.
Yeah.
I think Louise really thought maybe we could make this work. And it's like, no. Millie's going to always go rogue and do what Millie wants to do. And it ruins everything.
So I think she's realized that Millie is better in my back pocket than running around out there loose. At least this way I can control her as much as you can control Millie. But I do wonder if Millie now that she knows like that the Belcher kids kind of have like this bond that she can't break, if she's going to be less trusting of Louise now. Maybe not, but I don't know.
I just feel like now we're going to get into these weird double crosses, and it's going to be like so elaborate.
I'll check out. I can't follow all that. But I thought the Sam Richardson's in this episode as well, who I love. I think that man's hilarious. Fun story at the premiere for the movie. Sam was there. Call him Sam. We're on a first name basis. But I was too scared to say hi, so I let him walk right by me, and I didn't say anything, and I regret it. So.
We did make a joke with Reggie Watts, though.
We did make a joke with Reggie Watts, and he thought it was funny.
He giggled, so
he placated.
He may have just been being nice to us, but
yeah, but he was nice. We know who Millie is. She's pretty much makes it clear that no one stands in her way to be able to lose, especially her siblings. But I think this episode showed her that Louise won't let her get between her and her siblings. So
money is a big thing to Louise, and she still is like, no.
Yeah. Again, Louise could have been swayed by the money, like JB was saying, and even then she's like, no, I got my brother and sister here. Admittedly, she did lose sight of that. I thought it was just a whole plot or a whole ploy to begin with. From the get-go, but clearly at one point she did say, all right, well, you don't have to be a part of this anymore. I'll take Millie.
Because Tina was really upset by it.
Yeah.
Which I thought was hilarious, where they just move a couple spots over from the table.
They just slid down a little.
This is fine.
This is fine. So yeah, I thought that was fun. He'll be back. There you go. So I thought the episode was I don't know if I can say the best of this season so far, but it was definitely a really good episode.
I enjoyed it.
Always love when Molly Shannon comes to play.
Felt a little bit nicer for this one. Like the shadow effects, everything was really spot on, and the angles that they did a lot of things with. It just looked really good, especially in the boiler room in the basement. Like that looked really good. Aaron,
did you have a hand in any of this episode? I didn't pick out any.
There was a couple expressions I was curious if you were part of it.
I didn't pick out any Aaronisms,
if anything.
Yeah, but I usually like to pick those out. And we do have to schedule a time to sit down with Aaron to discuss Mr. Fischoeder's opus.
Yes, we do. Because I asked him about the end credits. I was like, Fantasia? And he's like, yes, that was part of it. And I was like, nice. I would love to talk about that.
Yeah, so we'll find a time. Maybe next week. See, I hate to promise something. Oh yeah, bet. Okay, then yeah, we're gonna pick your brain about this sooner rather than later. We just gotta schedule a time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that'll East Coast though.
Yeah, it's a good thing you're East Coast, bud. It's a shame you won't. I boarded the end credits. Oh, bet. Oh, the end credits. Teddy's reaction to eating the chip is hilarious.
Incredible.
In fact, every single character reaction is hilarious. We hosted a watch party last night of the episode, and somebody pointed out that when Gene eats the chip, like the character design goes like all sideways, and he looks like a different version of himself. It's really weird the way he looks, and I have to grab some screen grabs to see if that was a conscious decision. But no, Linda's reaction where she kind of just drops her head and she does one of these is fun. 2 thumbs up on the end credits. Oh, you animated Luis, Teddy, and Tina's. Okay, bet. Teddy, yeah. I mean, you nailed everything as you do, Aaron.
I mean, Teddy's a lot of Teddy. That makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, you nailed it. I mean, obviously Luis and Tina were great as well. Teddy is perfect. No notes.
And the B plot where Bob and Linda's computer
finally craps out on them like JB's internet. Yes. JB's internet and Bob and Linda's computer. What do they have in common? What do they have in common?
Unreliable. This is a
Um,
brand new iPad, so it's not the card in
So,
the iPad.
it's
And
not
a
the
new
iPad.
browser.
It's not the iPad. Maybe you need to use 5G.
Maybe, but who knows?
Yeah.
It's very
Um,
disappointing.
let's see. We need more of Millie. I would say no to
Nope.
that.
A good dusting every now and then is good.
Yeah.
Much like
Yeah.
every other character that's Bob's has gotten really good at learning how to sprinkle those characters in,
Yes.
not insert them. Because like if you just drop Millie in all these episodes, it becomes too much. She becomes chaos, and it's overbearing.
She is too much in a single episode. I couldn't imagine
Mm-hmm.
having her as a regular reoccurring character. I boarded out the Peter Pescadero sequence in the park. That was fun. Oh,
That was good too.
bet. Burner rough aim the backpack throw. Oh, that backpack throw was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's Gene in one of the most athletic scenes we've ever seen of him.
Oh, where he's like,
Yeah, where he
he's
throws
launching
his
it.
backpack.
Oh, those other things were much better suggestions than what I did.
Yeah, what I actually did. Let's see. The subplot should have at least been decent if they show a flashback or two from the memories they were served. No, I completely disagree, Yahoo, because that would take away from the humor of it all. It would then make it sentimental, and that's not what we needed there. That was played perfectly, in my
And
opinion.
we still may get it because they are going to get. I wonder if they will get a new computer. They've updated their phones. Maybe it's time for a new computer, and maybe we will see that at some point. But I think Mike is right. It takes away from the humor of what this is because Bob changes at the last minute. And he's like, "Stop!" And he's like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't touch!" He's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it'd be too hard of a left turn to try to make it sentimental all of a sudden. The only place that would fit, in my opinion, would have been the end credits, where we had like
where
Bob
he
clicking on the computer.
scrolls.
Yeah, and opening
Or
up
it's
photos
almost
and
like one of
stuff.
those old iMovies where it just like
But
basically just makes a little show.
yeah, but again, that's not this. That's not this episode.
No,
This
I
episode was
preferred the one we
funny.
got with them
Yeah,
trying the chips.
yeah. Could definitely do more with Millie. I love her and have missed her, and we haven't had her since either 12 or 13. But that's the thing. If you get her all the time, then you don't miss her.
You don't miss her.
And it's not special anymore. So
It's kind of like if Sasha shows up in every episode, you start
yeah,
to
I
lose
love
it.
Sasha,
That's not
but
important. I love Sasha. He's sass
yeah,
and great, but sprinkled is better. A lot
sprinkled
of
is
people said
always
the
better.
same thing. Like we had to fine tune Teddy to get him to be every episode.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Gail is not in every episode anymore. She was at the beginning of the show quite a bit, and then they were like, we need to kind of spread it out.
And Mort as well. I love Mort, but I'm glad he's not in every episode
Mm-hmm.
because he doesn't really. I wouldn't say he doesn't bring anything to the show, but like the Belchers don't have a relationship with Mort like they do with Teddy.
And a lot of times, those characters that have certain story arcs, if you bring them in, that kind of directs the episode. Like if Mort's here and he's like, "Hey, immediately we're going to the funeral home. We're talking
Yeah,
about something he's doing there, or it's the One-Eyed Snake's funeral, or I'm doing this funeral, or like it's Teddy's like best buddy's funeral," and it's like
it
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 makes
also
it too tight.
it
It's not
also
what you
doesn't lead to like bigger stories. Like
need. Mm-mm.
Teddy is house sitting for a couple, and then the Belchers go to check out the house, and then Helen's there, and then Helen's a murderer. Teddy, I guess that's really the only thing I could think of. But Mort, I mean, you go to his mortuary, and then what?
We had that. We did the
We had
dating
that.
episode, and that was fun. And I think you do that with a lot of episodes. If you use it too much, like Dr. Yap, don't use him too much.
Nope,
Use him when
don't.
you need to, and he can be fine. It's you got to learn how to use characters. Otherwise, they don't move the plot. They keep
Nope.
it stuck.
It just kind of seems like fan service, and you never want to do fan service if it doesn't serve the
Suit it.
episode overall. Because like we don't need
Because who did we not see in this episode? No Zeke, no Jimmy Jr.,
Zeke,
no
no
Daryl,
Fish.
no regular size Rudy,
Nope.
no Fish, no Felix, none of those other ones. It was
And
really
this was
just
a
Bob,
school
Linda,
episode.
Teddy. Yep.
This was a school episode. We didn't see Jimmy
Franz was
Jr. or Zeke.
barely in it.
Yeah,
No Ambrose, no LeBons, none of them.
yeah.
No Schnurr.
That reminds me. Was Millie in the movie? No.
No.
Nope. Millie's in the
Most of
movie.
the kids really weren't. They were in it just for that first part at the beginning where
Uh-huh.
Chloe Barbash calls her out for her ears.
Yeah. But again, it wasn't a thing like if the character's not needed, then the character's not needed.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, would it have been fun to see her in the background? Sure. But again, it didn't take away from her, didn't add anything to it. Because I guarantee you, if people saw her in the background, they're like, "Well, how come Millie didn't speak?" And la 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 la. So it's better to not be there and not have to answer why they don't have any speaking parts.
Mm-hmm.
So
Otherwise, it directs the episode in a
yeah,
way you don't want it to go.
then you're just thinking about Millie the whole time instead of enjoying the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Any final thoughts on Bob's?
I thought it was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. It's probably one I will watch again quite a bit.
Yeah.
So
What's next week's episode, by the by?
next week's
Is that
episode,
a
I do have
place
it pulled up.
beyond the
No, I don't believe
something or
so.
other?
Let me see what we got here. Next episode is gonna be. Oh, it just says episode 14. It doesn't say anything.
Hold on.
Oh wait,
hold on.
no, it is
Yeah.
Between Two Pines because the synopsis is there. Sorry.
Yeah,
Tina and the Thunder Girls spend a night in the woods, and Tina faces something even scarier than her nemesis, Troop 257. So it is Between the Pines.
Okay. I don't think this is. I mean, we've seen photos from it. I don't think it's a spooky Halloween-esque episode. Because we have the twinning coming up, which kind of seems like it'd take that place. But I don't know. I mean, I'm excited. It's a Tina episode.
I like the Thunder Girls. I think they're fun.
Thunder Girls are great.
And anytime Troop 257 can be involved, I think it's good too. And it's nice that Troop 257 is not just a one-trick pony anymore. They're a little more. There's more to them.
You
than
think?
just them being hard
You think
asses.
Luis is going to try to get back in with the Thunder Girls?
I don't think so. I think it'll be
Yeah.
Tina's in her own thing on a camp with those girls. I think we will get some B plot at the restaurant with the other kids.
Yeah.
And Teddy and like them, but I don't think. I think it's going to be a very Tina centered episode with the Thunder Girls.
Yeah, I agree.
So you might get like why am I blanking on it? The Sticker Girl, the Germaphobe, all the Thunder Girls. You're going to get a lot of them.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I'm excited. That'll be out on Thursday. For those of you who are keeping score on our Instagram page, we do have the Animation Domination schedule. Bob's is kicking off Animation Domination at 8 p.m.,
Yep.
followed by Grimsburg, followed by Family Guy, followed by Great North.
Yep.
And obviously new episodes of all those shows. So yeah. It's one of my favorites. Oh, okay. Aaron, next week's episode, is it meant to be a spooky fall Halloween episode? Just shown out of order?
Mystery.
Yeah. Is it supposed to have a spooky tinge to it, or is it just like no? Because I know last year we had the
the Witch Island one.
oh no, the doll one.
Oh yeah, we did have the dolls.
Yeah, the doll one.
Murder
We had the
Mystery
Witch
dolls.
Island one. All had spooky little vibes to them, but I'm not sure if this one does or not. Has an awesome end credit song. All right, bet.
All right.
Cool. All right. Did you have a hand in doing that one too? Because we could knock you down for 3 episodes. Not Halloween.
Yep.
Bet. Okay.
Okay, cool.
But spooky or not spooky?
Because we're all for like haunting spooky at any time.
Yeah. Because the Daltos episode wasn't Halloween, but it was kind of supposed to be a spooky episode. So I'm curious if that's what we're going for. But again, we have the twinning episode, which kind of seems like another spooky episode as well. But it definitely had a vibe. All right, bet. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. All right. JB, anything else before we kind of wrap up here and pull this puppy into the dock?
Some quick book news, guys. One section left, and my buddy who's been editing it and formatting it showed me from the cover to bread, and it looks perfect. It looks just like the cookbook. It looks amazing. So, I'm sending him images that I keep doing, and he's been knocking it out. So it's amazing to kind of see it all come together. So it'll be cool. Excited.
I've touched all the new episodes. All right.
Oh.
Cool. Well, a little housekeeping here for North to Wharf. Obviously, if you don't know, we have a Patreon for $3 a month. Like you said at the top of the show, you help keep the lights on here. You get YouTube videos a week in advance, a bunch of other goodies. At the $6 level, you get fan commentary tracks featuring me and JB, and we're actually expanding that, if we're able to have fan commentary tracks with special guests. What does that mean? You'll know when we can tell you.
Yep. You'll know when we know.
Yeah.
You'll be the
We're
first
trying
to know if you're on our Patreon. You'll be the first to
Yeah,
know.
you'll be the first to know after us. We got some technical things that we have to work out, but we are trying to make that a little more special, especially if you're paying $6 a month for commentary tracks. Which, let me say, we are doing all of Bob's Burgers. We're slowly getting around to all those. That's 200 plus episodes, $6 a month. We're going to touch on the Great North. We're going to do outside Bento, outside Bob's Great North material. And JB will be there, I promise. He may not want to do the live shows, but he will be there.
Not for not want.
But yeah, head to our
Let's
Patreon
respect
page,
him,
see
doesn't
all the little details there. And if you're able to, cool. If not, absolutely no harm, no foul. We love you all the same, but we do love those who pay us even more. Our love is conditional, everyone. Remember that. Just like your parents.
It lets us do giveaways, guys.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, you want these
really
prizes? This is how you start paying for them.
And with shipping going up, that's really the big
Oh my
portion.
God, with shipping going up, Jesus Christ. We're not paying these tariffs. So this has been From the Great North to Wonder Wharf, your unofficial but verified one-stop destination for bento box and entertainment information. As always, I am Mike.
And I'm JB.
And we will see you next Monday, everyone. Good night.
Night, everybody.